Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad Today, and this will be a bittersweet segment because normally when we interview somebody on the show, he or she is not getting ready to leave, and I hope it's nothing I said that's making him leave. Next to me, our good buddy Art Gibel, CEO, and I'll say retiring CEO of Goodwill Industries in Northwest North Carolina. Good to see you, sir.
Same. Good to see you,
We'll
Jim.
get to the retirement thing in a second, but very quickly, let's remind folks what the mission of Goodwill is.
Goodwill generally, if you think about it, everybody knows us for our stores and donating to Goodwill. But essentially, we take those profits and we help people get back into the workforce.
And you help thousands and thousands of people every year, which I think is great. Now, you've made the decision to step down. You've been at the helm for, I guess, just over 15 years. Mm-hmm. What have you seen change in those 15 years in terms of community need, in terms of what you're able to deliver? Can you capsulize that for me?
Yeah, briefly. When I started, it was a pretty typical economy. And so things hadn't been changing very much. But then the Great Recession hit, and that changed a lot of things.
2008.
Yeah, it disrupted a lot of people's careers, put them out of work. They didn't have the skills to get back into work. We created a professional center to help a lot of people here in Forsyth County. And that's even getting worse now.
Because of COVID.
Because of COVID, and the COVID pandemic has really forced companies to change the way they do business. So a lot of work from home, work from anywhere, a lot more robotics, putting people out of work permanently.
And that means a lot of people having to develop new skills, and that brings us back to your first point, which is you take the profits, and we can't emphasize this enough, that you donate items, and those items go to the Goodwill stores, and the proceeds from those sales go into these workforce development programs that you were talking about, making a difference in people's lives because they can get retrained, they can get in a position to get back at work, and that's just something. Now, there's so many things that you've achieved, but I know you don't like to brag on yourself, but think of, is there one particular achievement in the 15 years that maybe you're most proud of?
There isn't one, but if I think about it, when I first got in the first early stages 15 years ago, it was probably the rapid expansion of Project Reentry across our territory.
For ex-offenders?
For ex-offenders, helping ex-offenders re-enter society, get a job, connect them to the resources that they need. And then probably in the middle stage, it would have been the affiliation with Crosby Scholars, and taking that organization and creating two new organizations in Rowan and Iredell counties.
What about fond memories? Do you have one that sticks out in your mind more than others?
I tell you, I get a fond memory every time we open a new store or a new workforce development center. In fact, we're opening our 50th store this Friday on Reynolda Road in Winston.
Wow. So. That's just something, that's great. And that's going to allow you to, that's more proceeds, and that's more help for more people. It comes full circle. What can you tell us about your successor as you step down?
Yeah, Barbara Maida-Stoley has been at the Charlotte Goodwill for about 14 years, most recently as Chief Operations Officer. And she's going to do a great job. She's lived in Winston-Salem. She was with Sarah Lee for a long time.
So she knows this area.
She knows the area well. She's an entrepreneur. She and her husband at the time founded a company, ran it for 10 years, and then Barbara went to Charlotte to be with Goodwill. So she knows entrepreneurship, she knows Goodwill, she knows the community. She'll be a great fit. And
I guess in just a few seconds left, what are you going to do? You going to stay engaged or what?
Yeah, very much so. I've got to figure it out. I've been so busy lately, but I'll definitely stay involved in the community, especially nonprofit, maybe do some work with nonprofit boards or new nonprofit leaders.
Which goes along with our holiday nonprofit special as well, and I just can't tell you, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for the community over the years, Art. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Jim, and thank you for what you do for the community. This is a great resource to get mission moments out.
Well, I appreciate that. Up on screen, Goodwill, nwnc.org. Please check that out. And if you can't get through on the website, I'll give you Art's home number. And no, I won't do that. Happy holidays.
Thanks, Jim. Same to you.
We'll be right back.